for £1,000. Didst proceed?
I did.
Upon the talk of the poison?
I did very well note him.
I'll take the ghost word for £1,000. Didst proceed?
I did.
Upon the talk of the poison?
I did very well note him.
Good, my lord. God will take me a word with you.
Sir, a whole history.
The king, sir.
Aye, sir, what of him?
It is retired, marvelously distempered. The queen, your mother, in most great affliction of spirit, have sent me to you.
She desires to speak with you in her closet ere you go to bed.
Then we shall obey her, were she 10 times our mother. Have you any further trade with us?
My lord, you once did love me.
And so I do still, by these pickers and stealers.
Good, my lord, what is the cause of your distemper? You do surely bar the door upon your own liberties if you deny your griefs to your friends.
My lord, the queen would speak with you, and presently.
Then I will come to my mother, by and by.
I will say so.
By and by is easily said. Leave me, friends. Soft. Now to my mother. Let me be cruel, not unnatural. I will speak daggers to her, but use none. My tongue and soul in this be hypocrites. Now to my word. To give them seals, never my soul consent.
I like him not, nor stands it safe with us to let his madness range. Therefore prepare you. I your commission will forthwith dispatch, and he to England shall along with you. The terms of our state cannot endure hazards so dangerous as doth hourly grow out of his lunacies.
You yourself provide most holy and religious spirit is. Keep those many bodies safe that live upon your majesty.
Arm you, I pray you, to this speedy voyage. For we will fetters put upon this bier, which now goes too free-footed.
We will haste us.
My lord, he is going to his mother's closet. Behind the arras, I'll convey myself to hear the process and warrant that she will tax him home. Very well, my liege. I will call upon you ere you go to bed and tell you what I know.
Thanks, dear my lord. My offense is rank. It smells to heaven. It hath the primal eldest curse upon it, a brother's murder. Pray can I not, so inclination be as sharp as will be intent, and like a man to double business bound, I stand in pause where I shall first begin and both neglect. What if this cursed hand were thicker than itself with brother's blood? Is there not rain enough in the sweet heavens? Is there not rain enough in the sweet heavens to wash it white as snow? Whereto serves mercy but to confront the visage of offense? And what's in prayer but this twofold force? To be forestalled ere we come to fall, or pardon being down. Then I'll look up. My fault is past. Oh, but oh, what form of prayer can serve my turn? Forgive me my foul murder. That cannot be, since I am still possessed of those effects for which I did the murder. My crown, mine own ambition, and my queen. May one be pardoned and retain the offense. In the corrupted currents of this world, offense's gilded hand shoves by justice. And oft 'tis seen that the wicked prize itself buys out the law. But 'tis not so above. There is no shuffling. There the action lies in his true nature, and we ourselves compelled, even to the teeth and forehead of our faults, to give in evidence. What then? What rests? Try what repentance can, what can it not, yet what can it when one cannot repent? Oh, wretched state. Oh, bosom black as death. Oh, mind and soul that struggling to be free art more engaged. Help, angels, make essay. Bow stubborn knees, and heart with strings of steel, be soft as sinews of the newborn babe. All may be well.
Now might I do it, Pat. Now he is praying. And now I will do it. Am I thusly revenged? That should be scanned. A villain kills my father. And for that, do I to this same villain send to heaven? Oh, this is higher in salary, not revenge. He took my father grossly, full of bread, with all his crimes broad blown, as flush as May. And am I then revenged to take him in the purging of his soul when he is fit and seasoned for passage? No. Oh, sword, I know you a more horrid hint, when he is drunk, asleep, or in his rage, or in the incestuous pleasure of his bed, at gaming, swearing, or such an act that has not the relish of salvation in it. Then trip him, that his heels may kick in heaven, and his soul may be damned and black as hell as to where it goes. My mother stays. This physic but prolongs thy sickly days.
My words fly up. My thoughts remain below. Words without thoughts never to heaven go.
He will come straight. Look that you tax him home. Tell him that his pranks have been too broad to bear with. That your majesty hath stood between much heat and him. I'll scrunch myself even here. I pray you, be round with him.
My lords, you fear me not. Withdraw. I hear him coming.
Now, mother, what's the matter?
Hamlet, thou hast thy father much offended.
Mother, thou hast my father much offended.
Come. You answer with an idle tongue.
Go, you question with a wicked tongue.
Why, how now, Hamlet?
What's the matter now?
Have you forgot me?
No, by the rune, not so. You are the queen, your husband's brother's wife, and would it were not so, you are my mother.
Nay, I'll set those to you that can speak.
Come, and set you down. You shall not budge. You go not till I set you up a glass where you may see the inmost part of me.
What wilt thou do? Thou wilt not murder me. Help!
Help! Oh, now, rat! Dead for a ducat! Dead!
Save me! What hast thou done?
Nay, I know not. Is it the king?
Oh, what a rash and bloody deed is this!
A bloody deed. Almost as bad, good mother, as kill a king and marry his brother.
As kill a king!
Aye, lady. 'Twas my word. Thou wretched, rash, intruding fool! Farewell. I took thee for thy better. Take thy fortune, thou find'st me some better. Leave the reigning of your hands. peace and sit you down, and let me wring out your heart, and so I shall, if it be made of penetrable stuff. If damn custom have not grasped it so, that is a proof and bulwark against sin.
What have I done, that thou darest to wag thy tongue in noise so rude against me?
Such an act, that blurs the grace and blush of modesty, calls virtue hypocrite, and takes the flower off the fair forehead of an innocent love, and sets a blister there, makes marriage vows as false as dicer's
I mean, what at, that thou roars so loud and thunders in the index?
Look here, upon this picture, and on this, the counterfeit presentment of two brothers. See here, what a grace was seated on this brow. This was your husband. Look you now, what follows? Here is your husband, like a mildewed ear, blasting his wholesome brother. Have you eyes? Would you, on this fair mountain, leave to feed and batten on the moor? Have you eyes? You cannot call it love, for at your age, the love in the blood is tame. It's humble and waits upon the judgment. And what judgment would step from this to
Oh,
this?
Hamlet, speak to me no more. Thou turnest mine eyes into my very soul, and there I see such black and granite spots as will not leave their teeth.
Nay, but to live, and the rank sway of an enseamed bed, stewed in honey and corruption over the nasty.
Ah, speak to me no more. These words, like daggers, enter mine ears. No more, sweet Hamlet.
A murderer and a villain, a compass of the empire and the rule, a villain that is not 20th part the type of his precedent lord, that from the shelf the precious diet was stolen and put in his pocket.
No more.
A king of shreds and battered. Hover o'er me with your wings. What was your gracious figure?
Alas, he's mad.
Do you not come, your tardy son to chide that lapse in time and passion, the dread command of your judgment? Speak!
Do not forget, this visitation is but to whet thy almost blunted purpose. But look, amazement where my mother sits. Go, step between her and her fighting soul. Speak to her, Hamlet.
How is it with you, madam?
Alas, how is it with you, that you two bend your eye on vacancy, and with the incorporeal air to hold discourse? Whereon do you look?
On him, look you, how pale he glares.
To whom do you speak thus?
Do you see nothing there?
Nothing at all. Yet all that is, I see.
No, nothing did you hear?
No, none but ourselves.
Confess yourself to heaven. Repent what's past, avoid what is to come.
Hamlet, thou hast cleft my heart in twain.
Oh, throw away the worser part of it, and live the purer with the other half. Good night. But go not to mine uncle's bed. Assume a virtue if you have it not, and that shall add a kind of easiness to the next abstinence, the next more easy. Once more, good night. And if thou art desirous to be blessed, a blessing beg for you. And for this same Lord I do repent, that heaven hath pleased it so to punish me with this, and this with me, that I should be an excursion minister. I will bestow the body, and answer well the death I gave him. One more word, good lady.
What shall I do?
Not this. By no means that I bid you do. Let the blow king tempt you again to bed. Pinch wanton on your cheek, call you his mouse, and let him for a pair of reachy kisses, or a paddling in your neck with his damned fingers. Let you ravel all this matter out that I essentially am not in madness, but mad in craft. For good you let him know.
Be thou assured, if words be made of breath, and breath of life, I have no life
must to England. Know you this?
Alack, I had forgot. 'Tis so concluded on.
There's the letter sealed, and my two schoolmates, whom I trust as I will add as fang, they bear the mandate. Let it work, for 'tis the sport to have the engineer hoist with his own petard. This man shall set me happy. I'll lug the guts into the neighbor room. Mother. Good night.
Understand them. Where is your son?
Oh, good my lord, what I have seen tonight.
What, Gertrude? How does Hamlet?
He stole this place on us a while. Mad as the sea and wind, when both contend which is the mightier. In his lawless fit, behind the arras, hearing something stir, whips out his rapier, cries, a rat, and in his brainish apprehension kills the unseen good old man.
Oh, heavy deed. It had been so with us had we been there. Oh, his liberty is full of threats to all, to you yourself, to us, to everyone. Alas, how should this bloody deed be answered? It will be laid to us, whose providence should have kept short, restrained, and out of heart this mad young man. Where is he gone?
To draw apart the body he hath killed, o'er whom his very madness, like some ore among a mineral of metal's base, shows itself pure. He weeps for what he has done.
Oh, Gertrude, come away. No, the sun no sooner shall the mountains touch, but we will ship in hence. In this vile deed we must, with all our majesty and skill, both countenance and excuse. Ho, Guildenstern! Hamlet, in madness, hath Polonius slain. From his mother's closet hath he dragged him. Go, seek him out. Speak fair. Bring the body into the chapel. Come, Gertrude. We'll call up our wisest friends and let them know both what we mean to do and what's untimely done. Oh, come away. My soul is full of discord and dismay. I have sent to seek him and to find the body. Oh, how dangerous is it that this man goes loose? It must not be put the strong law on him. He's loved of the distracted multitude who like not in their judgment but their eyes. And where 'tis so, the offender's scourge is weighed, never the offense. To bear all smooth and even, this sudden sending him away must seem deliberate cause. Disease is desperate grown, by desperate application all relieved, or none at all. How now? What hath befallen?
Where the dead body was bestowed, my lord, we cannot get from him.
But where is he?
Without, my lord, guarded, to know your pleasure.
Bring him before us!
Ho, Guildenstern, bring in my lord!
Now, Hamlet, where is Polonius?
In heaven, send hither to see. If your messenger find him not there, check in the other place yourself. But if you find him not within the month, you shall start to nose him as you go up the stairs into the lobby.
Go, see him there.
He will wait for you till you find him.
Hamlet, this deed for thine especial safety, which we do tender as we dearly grieve for that which thou hast done, must send thee hence with a fiery quickness. Therefore prepare thyself. The bark is ready and the wind at help. The associates tend and everything is bent for England.
For England.
I have it.
Good.
So it is. Thou knewest our purposes.
I see a cherub that sees them. But come, for England. Farewell, mother.
Thy loving father, Hamlet.
My mother. For mother and father is man and wife. Man and wife is one flesh. Therefore, my mother. Come to England!
Follow him at foot. Tempt him with speed aboard. Delay it not, O avalanche tonight! In England, my love, thou hold'st that ought. Thou mayest not coldly set our sovereign process, which imports at full by letters conjuring to that effect. Present death of Hamlet. Do it, England, for like the hectic in my blood he rages, and thou must cure me. Till I know 'tis done, however my haps, my joys were ne'er begun.
I will not speak with her.
She is unfortunate, indeed distressed. Removal needs to be complete.
What will she have?
She speaks much of her father. Says she hears there's tricks in the world.
'Twere good that she were spoken with, for she may strew dangerous conjectures in ill-breeding minds.
Let her come in. To my sick soul, as sin's true nature is, each toy seems prologue to some strange amiss. So full of artless jealousy is guilt. It spills itself in fearing to be spilt.
Where is the beauteous majesty of Denmark?
Why, how now, Ophelia?
How should I your true love know from another one? By his cockle hat and staff and his sandal shoe.
Alas, sweet lady, what imports this tune?
Say you? Nay, pray you mark! He is dead and gone, lady, he is dead and gone! At his head a grass-green turf, at his heels a stone.
Nay, but Ophelia.
Pray you mark! Her whitish shroud is the mountain snow.
Alas, look here, my lord.
Garden where sweet flowers, which be wept to the grave did go, with true love shower.
How long has she been thus?
I hope all will be well. We must be patient. But I cannot choose but weep to think they should lay him in the cold ground. My brother shall know of it. And so I thank you for your good counsel. Come, my coach. Good night, sweet ladies. Good night, sweet ladies. Good night. Good night.
Call her close. Give her good watch, I pray you. Oh, this is the poison of deep grief. It springs all from her father's death. Virgin, when sorrows come, they come not single spies, but in battalions. First her father slain, next your son gone, and he most violent author of his own just remove. The people muddy, thick and unwholesome in their thoughts and whispers for good Polonius's death, and we have done but greenly in hunger mugger to inter him. Poor Ophelia, divided from herself and her fair judgment, without the which we are pictures or mere beasts. Last, and as much containing as all these, Her brothers in secret come from France, and wants not buzzers to infect his ear with pestilent speeches for his father's death. Oh, my dear Gertrude, this, like to a murdering peace in many places, gives me superfluous death.
Laertes shall be king! Laertes shall
What
be
noise
king!
is this?
Where are my Switzers? Let them guard the door! What is the matter?
Save yourself, my lord. The ocean, overpeering of his lips, eats not the flax with more impetuous haste than young Laertes in a riotous head, overbearing your officers. The rabble call from lord. They cry, "Choose me! Laertes shall be king! Laertes shall be king! Laertes king!"
Vile king, give me my father!
Make it Laertes!
That drop of blood that's called proclaims me bastard! Cries cuckold to my father, and brings the harlot even here, between the chaste, unsmirched brow of my true mother!
What is the cause, Laertes, that thy rebellion looks so giant-like? Let him go, Gertrude. Tell me, Laertes, why thou art thus incensed. Let him go, Gertrude. Speak, man.
Where is my father?
Dead.
But not by him!
Let him demand his fill.
How came he dead? I will not be chuckled with! To hell allegiance, vows to the blackest devil, conscience and grace to the profoundest pits, I dare damnation! To this point I stand that both the worlds I give to negligence, let come what comes, only I'll be revenged most sternly for my father!
And who shall stay you?
My will, not all the world!
Good Laertes, if you desire to know the certainty of your dear father's death, is it written your revenge, that swoop stake you will draw both friend and foe, winner and loser?
None but his enemies.
Well, you know them then.
To his good friends, thus wide I'll open my arms, and like the kind life-rendering pelican, repast them with my blood.
And now you speak like a good child and a true gentleman. That I am guiltless of your father's death, and am in sensible grief for it, and shall as level to your judgment pierce as day does to your eye.
And now, what noise is that?
Oh, ye dry out my brains. 'Tis 7 times salt burn out the sense and virtue of mine eye. My heaven sat that to show me thy way till thy scales were the bead. O Rose of May, dear maid, kind sister, sweet Ophelia. Heavens, is it possible the young maid's wit should be as mortal as an old man's life? Nature is fine in love, and earth is fine in sense of precious instance of itself after the thing it loves.
They bore him barefaced on the bier. Hey, Nonny! Nonny! Hey, Nonny! And in his grave rained many a tear. Fare you well, my Tom.
Hadst thou thy wits and didst persuade revenge, could not move thus.
Here's rosemary. That's for remembrance. Pray, love. Remember. And there's pen. That's for thoughts.
Documented madness, thoughts and remembrance, fitted.
There's fennel for you. And columbines. There's rue for you. And some for me. We shall call it Herb Grace O Sunday. Oh, you must wear your rue with a difference. I brought you a daisy. I would bring you some violets, but they withered all when my father died. They say he made a good end. Will he not come again? Will he not come again? No, he is dead. Go to thy deathbed. He will never come again. His beard is by his soul. How flaxen was his poll. He is gone, and we cast away both. God have mercy on his soul. souls. I pray God, God be with you.
Do you see this? Oh God.
Laertes, I must commune with your grief, for you deny me right. Be you content to lend your patience to us, and we will jointly labor with your soul to give it due content.
Let this be so. His means of death, his obscure funeral, cry to be heard as it were from heaven to earth, that I must call it in question.
So you shall. And where the offense is, let the great axe fall. Now must your conscience my acquaintance seal, and you must put me in your heart for friend, as you have heard, and with a knowing ear, that he that had thy noble father slain pursued my life.
It well appears. But tell me why you proceeded not against these feats, so crimeful and capital in nature, as by your safety, wisdom, all things else, you mainly were stirred up.
No, for two special reasons, which may to you perhaps seem much unsinewed, but to me they are strong. The queen, his mother, lives almost by his looks, and for myself, my virtue or my plague, be it either which, she is so conjunctive to my life and soul, that, like the star moves not within its sphere, I could not but by her. The other motive why to a public count I might not go is the great love the general gender bear him, who, dipping all his faults with their affection, would, like a spring that turneth wood to stone, convert his gibes to graces.
And so have I a noble father lost, a sister driven into desperate terms, whose praises, if they may go back again, stood challenger on mount of all the age for her perfections. But my revenge will come.
Break not your sleeps for that. You must not think that we are made of stuff so flat and dull that we can let our beards be shook with danger and call it pastime. Surely you shall hear more. I loved your father, and we love ourselves, and so that, I hope, will teach you to imagine. How now? What news?
Letters, my lord, from Hamlet. This to your majesty, and this to the queen.
From Hamlet? Who brought them?
Sailors, my lord, they say. I saw them not. They were given me by Claudio, and he received them up and brought them.
Laertes, you shall hear more. Leave us. High and mighty, you shall know that I am set naked on your kingdom. Tomorrow shall I beg leave to see your kingly eyes, when I shall first ask your pardon thereunto, recount the occasion of my sudden and more strange return. Hamlet, what should this mean? Are all the rest come back? Or is this some abuse and no such thing?
Know you the hand?
'Tis Hamlet's character. Naked. And in a postscript here he says alone. Can you advise me?
I'm lost in it, my lord, but let him come. It warms the very sickness in my heart that I shall live and tell him to his teeth, thus didst thou.
If it be so, Laertes, how should it be so? How otherwise? Will you be ruled by me?
Aye, my lord, so you will not overrule me to a
Or
peace.
to thine own peace? If he be now returned, as checking at his voyage, and that he means no more to undertake it, I will work him to an exploit, now right in my device, under the which he shall not choose but fall. And for his death, no wind of blame shall blow, but even his mother shall uncharge the practice, and call it accident.
My lord, I will be ruled. The rather if you could devise it so that I might be the organ.
It falls right. You have been talked of since your travel much, and that in Hamlet's hearing, for a quality wherein they say you shine.
What part is that, my lord?
2 months since, here was a gentleman of Normandy. He made confession of you, and gave you such a masterly report for art and exercise in your defense, and for your rapier most especially, that he cried out, "'Twould be a sight indeed." This report of his, that Hamlet so envenomed with his envy, that he could nothing do but wish and beg your son coming over to play with him. Now, out of this...
What's out of this, my lord?
Laertes, was your father dear to you? Or are you like the picture of a sorrow, a face without a heart?
I ask you this?
Not that I think you did not love your father, but that I know love is begun by time, and that I see in the passages of proof, time qualifies the spark and fire of it. There lives within the very flame of love a kind of wick or snuff that will abate it, and nothing as out of like goodness still. For goodness, growing to a pleurisy, dies in its own too much. But quickly also, Hamlet comes back. What would you undertake to show yourself your father's son in deed more than in words?
To cut his throat in the church.
No place indeed should murder sanctuarize. Revenge should have no bounds. But Laertes, will you do this? Keep close within your chamber. Hamlet return shall know you are come home. Will set on those shall praise your excellence, and set a double varnish on the fame the Frenchman gave you. Bring you and find together, and wager on your heads. He, being remiss, most generous and free from all contriving, will not peruse the foils, so that with ease or with a little shuffling, you may choose a sword unbaited, and in a passive practice, requite him for your father.
I will do it, and for that purpose I'll anoint my sword. I bought an unction of a mountebank so mortal that but dip a knife in it, where it draws blood. No cataplasm so rare, collected from all simples that have virtue under the moon, can save the thing from death that is but scratched withal. I will touch my point with this contagion that, if I gall him slightly, it may be death.
Let us further think of this. Weigh what convenience both of time and means may fit us to our shape, if this should fail, and that our drift look through our bad performance to a better not essay. Therefore this project should have a back or a second that might hold, if this should blast in proof. Soft, let me see. Set a solemn wager on your claims. A hat. When in your motion you are hot and dry, and make your bouts more violent to that end, and that he calls for drink, I'll have prepared him a chalice for the nonce, whereon but sipping, if he by chance escape your venom stuck, our purpose may hope there. How now, sweet queen?
One woe doth tread upon another's heel, so fast they follow. Your sister's drowned, Laertes.
Drowned? Where?
There is a willow grows aslant a brook that shows his hoar leaves in the glassy stream. There, with fantastic garlands did she come, of crowflowers, nettles, daisies, and long purples, which liberal shepherds give a grosser name, but our cold maids do dead men's fingers call them. There, on the pendant bough, her coronet weeds, clamoring to hang, an envious liver broke, when down her weedy trophies and herself fell in the weeping brook. Her clothes spread wide, and mermaid like a while they bore her up, which time she chanted snatches of old tunes, as one incapable of her own distress, or like a creature native and endued unto that element. But long it could not be, till that her garments, heavy with their drink, pulled the poor wretch from her melodious lay to muddy death.
Alas, then she is drowned? Too much water hast thou, poor Ophelia. So therefore I forbid my tears. forget it is our trick. Nature her custom holds. Let shame say what it will. When these are gone, the woman will be out. Adieu, my lord. I have a speech of fire that fain would blaze, but that this fallen doubts it.
Let's follow Richard. How much I had to do to calm his rage. Now for your eye, this will give it start again. Therefore, let's follow.
A pickaxe and a spade for a shrouding sheet, or a pit of clay to be made for such a guest as meet.
This fellow no feeling of his business that he sings in grave name.
Custom hath made it in him a property of easiness.
'Tis even so. The hand of little employment hath a daintier sense.
But age with his stealing step have clawed me in his clutch, and have shipped me into the land as if I've never been such.
That skull had a tongue in it once, and could sing. How the knave jowls it to the ground as if it were Cain's jawbone that did the first murder. Might it be the fate of a politician, which this ass o'erreaches, one that would circumvent God, might it not?
It might, my lord.
There's another! Why? May that be the skull of a lawyer. Be his quiddities now, his quillets, his cases, his tenures, and his tricks. Who does he, this rude knave, to knock about the sconce with a shovel, and will not tell him of his action of battery? I will speak to this fellow.
Go!
Whose grave's this, Sirrah?
Mine, sir!
I think it be thine indeed, for thou liest in it.
You lie out in it, and therefore it is not yours. For my part, I do not lie in it, and yet it is still mine.
Thou dost lie in it, to be in it, and say it is thine. 'Tis for the dead, not the quick, therefore thou liest.
This is a quick lie. Throw away again from me to you.
What man is to be buried here?
For no man, sir.
For what woman, then?
For none, neither.
Who's to be buried in it?
One that was once a woman, but rest her soul. She's dead.
How absolute the knave is! We must speak with him by the card, or equivocation will undo us. How long hast thou been a grave maker?
And all the days in the earth, I came to it the day young Hamlet was born. He who was mad and was sent into England.
Aye, married. Why was he sent into England?
Because he was mad. It's no great matter there. He shall recover his wits. Or if he does not, it's no great matter.
Why?
Dwell not to be seen in him there. There, the men are as mad as he.
How long will a man lie on the earth ere he rot?
In faith, if he be not rotten before he lies, he shall last you some 8 or 9 years. Take this skull. Is lying in the earth now 23 years.
Whose was it?
A mad horse son fellow it was. Whose skull do you think it was?
Nay, I know not.
A pestilence! Mad rogue. This skull, sir.
What's your next school? The king's jester! This. Even not! Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio. A fellow of infinite jest, of most excellent fancy. He hath borne me on his back 1,000 times. And now how poor my imagination is. My gorge rims at it. Here hung those lips I have kissed I know not how oft. Where be your songs now? Your jibes, your gambles, your flashes of merriment, the little wantons at the table on a roar. Quite sharp folly. Horatio, answer me but one thing.
What's that, my lord?
Do you think Alexander looked of this fashion ere he lie in the earth?
Mean so.
And smelt so? Ugh.
Mean so, my lord.
What base uses we may return, Horatio? It's up. The king is coming. Catch me while I lurk.
Lay her in the earth, and from her fair and unpolluted flesh may violets spring. A ministering angel shall my sister be.
What? The fair Ophelia.
Sweets to the sweet. Farewell. I hoped thou shouldst have been my Hamlet's wife. I thought thy bride bed to have decked sweet maid, and not have strewed thy grave.
Oh, treble woe, all 10 times treble on that cursed head, whose wicked deed thy most ingenious sense deprived thee of. Hold her off here a while, till I have caught her once more in mine arms. Now pile your dust upon the quick and the dead, till of this flat, a mountain you have made to overtop old Pelion, or the skyish blue head of Olympus.
What is he, whose grief bears such an emphasis, whose phrase of sorrow conjures the wandering stars, and make them stand like wonder-rooted heroes? This is I, Hamlet the Dane. The devil takes our souls! Thou prayest not well. Pray you take thy fingers from my throat. Though I am not splendid and rash, I have something in me that thy wise spear. Pull off thy hands.
Part them asunder!
Please, why days? I will promise thee until my eyelids will no longer wag.
Oh, my son, what theme?
I loved Ophelia. 40,000 brothers could not with all the quantity of love make up my sum. What wilt thou do for her?
Oh, he is mad, Larry.
For the love of God, forbear him.
Swoons, show me what thou do. Would weep, would fight, would fast, would tear myself, I'll do it. Dost thou come here to whine, job face me with leaping in her grave, be buried quick with her, and so shall I. And if thou pray to mountains, pile millions of acres on us, I'll range as well as thou.
This is mere madness. And thus the while the fits will work on him. Anon, as patient as the female dove when that her golden couplets are disclosed, his silence will sit drooping.
Hear you, sir. Why ever do you use me thus? I loved you. But it is no matter. Let Hercules himself do what he will. The cat will mew, and dog will have his day.
Pray you, good Horatio, wait upon him. Strengthen your patience to our last night's speech. We'll put the matter to the present push. Gertrude, set some watch over your son. His grave slave shall have a living monument. An hour of quiet surely shall we see. Till then, in patience our proceeding be.
So much for this, sir. Now you shall hear the rest. Do you remember all the circumstances?
Remember it, my lord?
Sir, in my heart there was a kind of fighting. It would not let me sleep. Methought I lay worse than the mutinies and the bilboes. Rashly, and praise be rashness for it. Let us know that sometimes our indiscretion serves us well. That when our deep plots do pall, that should teach us that there is a divinity that shapes our ends.
That is most certain.
Up from my cabin, my sea gown scarfed about me in the dark, groped I to find them out. Had my desire, fingered their packet, and in fine withdrew to my room again. Making so bold my fears, forgetting manners to unseal their grand commission. Where I found Horatio, oh loyal knavery, an exact command, larded with many sorts of reasons, imparting Denmark's health and England's too. With, oh, such bugs and goblins about my life, that on the supervise, no leisure baited, no, not to stay the grinding of the axe, my head should be struck off.
It's possible.
Here's the commission. Read it more at leisure. But, wilt thou hear of how I did proceed?
I beseech you.
Being thus been netted round with villainies, I sat me down, devised a new commission, wrote it fair. I once did hold it as our status do, a baseness to write fair, and labored much how to forget such learning. But sir, it now did me yeoman service. Wilt thou hear to the effect of what I wrote?
Aye, good my lord.
An earnest conjuration from the king, as England was his faithful tributary, that on the view and knowing of these contents, without debatement further, more or less, that should the bearers be put to sudden death, not shriving time allow.
How is this sealed?
Why, even that was heaven ordinance. I had my father's signet in my purse, which was the mark of that Danish seal.
So Guildenstern and Rosencrantz go to it.
Why, man, they didn't make love to this effect. They are not in my conscience. Their defeat does by their own insinuation grow.
Why, what a king is this?
Does it not, big Steve? Standing out upon, he that hath killed my father and born my mother, popped in between the election and my hopes, thrown out his angle for my proper life, and with such cause in it, is it not perfect conscience to quit him with this arm? And is it not to be damned to snuff out this canker in further evil?
It must be shortly known to him from England. What's the nature of the business there?
It will be short. The interim is mine, and a man's life's no more than to say one. But I am sorry, Horatio, that through Laertes I forgot myself. For by the image of my cause, I see the portraiture of his. I see the bravery of his grief.
Peace! Who comes here?
Your lordship is right welcome back to Denmark.
I humbly thank you. Dost thou know this waterfly?
No, my lord.
Thy state is the more gracious, for 'tis a vice to know him.
Sweet lord, if your lordship were at leisure, I should impart a thing to you from his majesty. You are not ignorant of what excellence Laertes.
I dare not confess to that, lest I should compare with excellence. Although, to know a man well is to know himself.
I mean, sir, for his weapon, but in the imputation laid on him by them, in his knee he's unfellowed.
What's his weapon?
Rapier and dagger!
That's two of his weapons, but well.
The king, sir, hath laid that in a dozen passes between yourself and him, he shall not exceed you 3 hits. He hath laid on 12 for 9, and it would come to immediate trial, if your lordship would vouchsafe the answer.
Sir, I will walk here in the hall. If it please his majesty, 'tis the breathing time of day with me. Let the foils be brought. The gentleman willing, and the king keep his word, I will fight for him, and I shall win. And if not, I will win nothing but my shame and the odd hits.
I commend my duty to your lordship.
You will lose this wager, my lord.
I do not think so. she has been off to France, I have been in continual practice. I shall win at the odds. But thou wouldst know how ills all's here about my brain, but it is no matter.
If your mind dislike anything, obey it. I will forestall their repair hither and say you are not fit.
Not a whit. We defy augury. There is a special providence to the fall of a sparrow. If it be now, it is not to come. If it is not to come, it will be now. If it is not now, yet it will come. The readiness is all.
Hamlet, come. Take this hand from me.
Give me your pardon, sir. But hardened as you are, gentlemen, this presence knows, now needs must hear how I am punished with sore distraction. What I have done, that might your nature, honor, and exception roughly awake, I here proclaim was madness. Was Hamlet long Laertes? Never Hamlet. If Hamlet from himself be taken away and does wrong Laertes, Hamlet does it not. Hamlet denies it. Who does it then? His madness. If it be so, Hamlet is of the faction that is wrong. His madness is for Hamlet's enemy. Sir, in this audience, let thy disclaiming of a more purposed evil free me so far in your most generous thoughts that I have shot mine arrow o'er the house and hurt my brother.
I am satisfied in nature, whose motive in this case should stir me most to my revenge. But in my terms of honor, I stand aloof and will no reconcilement till by some elder masters of known honor I have a voice in a precedent of peace to keep my name ungored. But until that time, I do receive your offered love like love, and will not wrong it.
And grace it freely. And will his brothers wager frankly play? Give us the foils. Come on.
Come, one for me.
I'll be your foil, Laertes, for in mine ignorance your skill shall like a star in the darkest night stick fiery off indeed.
You mock me, sir.
No, by this hand.
Give him the foils, Francisco. Give him the foils, Francisco. Cousin Hamlet, you know the wager.
Very well. Your grace hath laid the odds on the weaker side.
I do not fear it. I have seen you both, but since he is better, we have therefore odds.
This one's terrific. Let me see another.
This one likes me well. These foils all have a length.
I'm good.
Set me the stoops of wine upon the table. If Hamlet give the first or second hit, or quit in answer of the third exchange, let all the battlements their ordnance fire. The king shall drink to Hamlet's better breath. And in the cup a union shall he throw, richer than that which 4 successive kings of Denmark's crown have worn. Give me the cup. Now the king drinks to Hamlet. Come, begin. And you, the judge, bear wary eye.
Come, sir.
Come, my lord.
What? No?
Judgment!
A hit! A very palpable hit. Well, again.
Stay! Give me a drink. Hamlet, this pearl is thine. Here's to thy health. Give him the cup.
I'll put it down first. Set it aside a while. Stop. Another hit. What say you?
A touch, a touch. I do confess.
Our son shall live.
He's fat and scant of breath. Come, Hamlet, take my napkin, wipe thy brow.
Good, madam.
The queen carouses to thy fortune, Hamlet.
Gertrude, do not drink.
I will, my lord. Pray you, mark me.
It's the poison cup, it is too late.
I dare not drink yet, madam. By and by.
Come, let me wipe thy brow.
My lord.
not vacant.
And yet it is almost against my conscience.
Come there, Tees, for the third, you but dally. I pray you, pass it me with your best violence. I'm afeard you make a wanton of me.
Say you so?
Nothing neither way! Yeah! How about you now?
Part them! They are incensed!
Say, come again.
Look for the queen there, ho!
Bleed on both sides. How is it, my lord? How is it, Laertes?
Why, as a woodcock to mine own Prince Francisco, I am ghastly killed by mine own treachery.
First the queen,
She swoons to see them bleed.
No. The drink! The drink! God, God, Hamlet! The drink! The drink! I am poisoned!
Oh, treachery! Seek it out, let the doors be shut!
It is here, Hamlet! Hamlet, thou art slain. No medicine in the world can do thee good. In thee there is not half an hour of life. The treacherous instrument is in thy hand, unbaited and envenomed. This foul practice hath turned itself on me. Lo, here I lie, never to rise again. Thy mother's poison. I can no more. The king is to blame!
Point and venom too. The venom will do thy
Treason! Treason! Oh, yet defend me, friends, I have but heard.
Hear thou incestuous, murderous damned thing! Drink of this potion! Is thy union here? Follow my mother!
He is justly served. It is a poison tempered by himself. Exchange forgiveness with me, noble Hamlet. Mine and my father's death fall not upon thee, nor thine on me.
Heaven make thee free. I follow thee. I am dead, Horatio. O wretched queen, adieu. You that look pale, or tremble at this act, let it but muse this chance. Oh, I could tell you, had I the time, but it is. I am dead. Horatio, thou livest. Report me and my cause aright. To the unsatisfied.
Never believe it. I am more an antique Roman than a Dane. There's yet some liquor left.
As thou art a man, give me the cup. Let go, by heaven, I'll have it. Oh, Horatio, what a wounded name. Things standing thus unknown shall live behind me. if thou didst ever hold me in thy heart, absent thee from felicity a while, and in this harsh world draw thy breath in pain to tell my story. What warlike noise is this? Oh, I die, Horatio. The potent poison quite outcurls my spirits. I cannot live to hear the news from England. The rest is silence.
Now cracks a noble heart. Good night, sweet prince, and flights of angels sing thee to thy rest.
Where is this sight? What is it ye would see? If aught of woe or wonder, cease your search.
The sight is dismal, and our affairs from England come too late. The ears are senseless that should give us hearing, to tell him his commandment is fulfilled. That Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead.
Where should we have our thanks?
Not from his mouth. Had it the ability of life to thank you. He never gave commandment for their deaths. But since. So jump on this bloody question. You that are here arrived, give order that these bodies high on a stage be placed to the view. And let me tell the yet unknowing world how these things came about. So shall you hear of carnal, bloody, and unnatural acts, of accidental judgments, casual slaughters, of deaths put on by cunning and forced cause, and in this upshot, purposes mistook, fallen on the inventor's head. All this can I truly deliver.
Take up the bodies. Such a sight as this becomes the field. Here shows much of this.